evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, my name is Snowball, and I'm here to give you a Snowcast, a StarCraft 2 commentary between the lovely DeMusliM in red right here at the top, and down here in the blue we have WhiteRA, also known as WhiteRA, in the bottom. So, as you guys may or may not know, I'm just trying out casting. It looks like a fun thing, a nice thing to pass the time. People like HD StarCraft, Husky StarCraft, they've got me involved in this, and it just sounds like a very good way to bring StarCraft even bigger into the StarCraft 2 community as well as elsewhere. I'm hoping if I can just branch out a little bit, get some more people involved, that StarCraft 2 will explode into esports. And I'm here just to do my part, have a little fun, and hopefully teach you guys a little bit about StarCraft as it's going on. But anyway, a little bit more about the game. This is a best of 5 series between WhiteRA and DeMusliM in the Intel Extreme Masters Cup, which went on January 22nd and January 23rd. Now, the interesting thing about this tournament is that it was a Southeast Asia server tournament, but it was for non-Asians. So people like DeMusliM and WhiteRA, WhiteRA, who have accounts for the Asia servers, can actually play in this tournament, even though, they're in Ukraine, they're all over Europe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think WhiteRA is from Ukraine. Well, anyway, a little bit more about the game. Right now we just see everything's going on as normal. DeMusliM is building his barracks at 12, his refinery at 13, so over here everything looks fine. They are in close positions, so this will spawn a pretty interesting game. Now, a couple of things can be done right here. What could be done is that we could see WhiteRA go for a nice 3-gate sentry expand build into a 2-base timing push with the Colossus Stalker Sentry type of build. Now, this is really, really strong, and because of the close rush distance, it may be what he does, but also because of the rush distance, it takes about 10 seconds game time, it feels like, to get from one end to the other end. We may just be seeing some nice, solid one-base play from both of these players. And now we can see, actually, DeMusliM is building up his minerals a little bit, so it may look like he's doing either, he may be going for a factory build with the reactor, or he may just be going for a 1 barracks expand build. Oh, correct me if I'm wrong. There goes the second barracks. So it looks like right now we are just seeing some good old solid 1-basing play from both the players. Now, WhiteRA does have his second gas. He's placing a second pylon out here. Now, this is a really, really good spot for a pylon for a couple of reasons. The first reason that this is a really nice pylon spot is that it can spot drops, because if anyone knows, DeMusliM is famous for his drops. He drops about 3 or 4 times every single game. And this pylon right here, what it does is it scouts these before it gets up to his mineral line. So that gives him a good 5 seconds to react, warp some stalkers in or whatever may happen. The other thing that's really nice about the pylon is that it will actually, whoa, my bad. But anyway, get right back to that. WhiteRA actually brought a couple of stalkers into the battle, and he loses the stalkers, but forces DeMusliM to pull off workers from the line. Now, he just did a nice little, what that did right there is WhiteRA got to see everything that was going on. He saw the factory, he saw the 2 barracks, he saw everything that's going on. So there are no surprises coming up for WhiteRA. But anyway, back to this pylon. This makes a nice area to warp in right down here in case he wants to warp in below the ledge as well. So it's really, really nice. And as you can see, he's building up his sentries, getting a nice sentry zealot army. Now, getting these sentries early means that these sentries will have a bunch of energy, and as you can see, force field does only take 50 energy. So by the time he gets into a battle, his sentries will have around 150 or 200 energy potentially. So you could lay 3 force fields per sentry, which makes them about twice as effective. Now we do see a couple of bunkers going up for DeMusliM. He is not feeling very comfortable right now with what's going on, so he is in fact just building 2 bunkers at the front. We do see a tech lab going down on the starport, so we will be seeing some Banshee play going on. Now the question is, will he be getting cloak? He is getting stim right now on his Marines, and a robotics phase going down for WhiteRA. So it looks like WhiteRA will be doing a one base Colossus build. And what'll end up happening here is that we got DeMusliM, and he's going to just make this one Banshee, send it down. He will send it actually this way, all the way to the back, and then just start harassing these workers with it. I would guess that he would only make one Banshee, but we'll actually see what'll happen when the time comes. Now, as you can see, WhiteRA actually pops up this probe. He sees the two bunkers, and these bunkers are a telltale sign that your opponent is going Banshees. There's pretty much no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you see these bunkers in a one basing play, you are going to see a Banshee. And of course, WhiteRA, being WhiteRA, has an observer in his base, so he sees everything, and he just saw that Banshee coming out right now. And as you can see, we do have DeMusliM making a second Banshee, and the Colossus is almost done, as well as they starting on the expansion. So it looks like WhiteRA is going for the 3-gate into Colossus expand build, and this will give him a nice opportunity because right now, as you can see, DeMusliM is quite on the defensive. He saw the two bunkers, so he knows there's not going to be an attack anytime soon, and that made him feel safe enough to be able to build his expansion. And right now, it looks like WhiteRA may do a little bit of harassment. Nope, just poking out a little bit, seeing if there's anything going on. And his observer right here is just checking everything out. Okay, there is not really much else to see. I mean, he sees the two Banshees, a lot of Marines, a Marauder or two, and that's about it. Oh, there's a third Banshee, and we've got a Raven coming down, as well as another Colossus for WhiteRA. So we're going to see a Gateway Colossus mix over here. Now the question is, do we have extended thermal lances? No. He has not even started extended thermal lances. So these Colossi will only have 6 range, which is the same as the Marauders, but he only has 2 Marauders and, 15 Marines in this group. So, oh, here he goes. He's going in. He's going to take out most of these probes, but he's getting forced to pull back because of these Colossi and into a corner. Oh my goodness. The stim on the Marines is actually hurting them more than they're helping them. Now you can see where this extended thermal lance would actually go into play right now, because all of these units would be fried, but WhiteRA just didn't have the resources. He wanted to get one more Colossus out before he started the extended thermal lance research. He could have potentially forgotten it, but that's highly unlikely. I bet he's just going for getting another Colossus and then go for the extended thermal lances later, because then in the end you'll have more Colossi with the thermal lances. Oh, wait, maybe my mistake. It looks like, nope, he still doesn't have it. And here is a nice attack by WhiteRA. Now, as you can see, he brought the units all the way around to get a nice suicide pincer attack on him, and these Banshees are doing incredible damage. If we look, 2 kills, 6 kills, 2 kills, 2 kills, 6 kills. These Banshees have 6 or 2 kills, and everything he killed were sentries, zealots, and Colossi. So if you look at it, those Banshees really saved him here. And here he goes for the counterattack. DeMusliM's actually going to push out on one base. He's got his extra expansion going. If you look at the SCV count, he only has 7 SCVs, so this is kind of a desperation attack. He has 7 SCVs versus 35 probes. Now, what we'll see here is we'll see these Banshees do whatever they can. The point defense drone is going to be going down if he had energy, but he does not have the energy. Ooh, wow. These Banshees are doing incredible damage. Just look at this. He's got 3 Stalkers right here, and that is it. That is it versus all of these Banshees. And then we got more Banshees wrecking the line here, and a Raven right up here. Oh my gosh, it's actually working. And WhiteRA gives the GG. And that is the game. Now, DeMusliM ended up winning this game with only 7 SCVs after that last push. And this hidden starport right here was actually one thing that helped him out, because WhiteRA never actually scouted that until it was too late. He was just going for the Colossus timing push, but Banshees do incredible damage, and that's what ended up letting DeMusliM win this game, was the fact that he had these flying units, these Banshees that WhiteRA didn't build enough stalkers or very many sentries at all. And stalkers would have been the main thing they would build. If he would have scouted it earlier, he could have dropped down a starport and built phoenixes. But that didn't happen. These Banshees ended up winning the game for DeMusliM. Thank you for watching this, and on to game number 2. Thanks.